We have some good stuff for you on today's e-commerce mastermind: how to set up your company's website, how to use the Brunswick Chamber's website for your business, and how about the Chamber's virtual billboard? Bet you didn't know about that. Plus, how to shoot iPhone video that you can use for your website. Hi, everybody. John Daly here with Chris Crockett of Sellworthy, an online digital and marketing company, which is making this live stream happen. We are joined by Susan Freeman, the Chamber's executive director. Jessica Gallant is the Chamber's membership director. She will join us a little bit later. This e-commerce mastermind will help you find new ways to sell more online. We do this every Tuesday at 10 a.m. It is recorded and posted on the Chamber site, so you can watch it and share it. Thank you all for being here. We have a ton of info for you. Let's get started. Susan, we are seeing more activity in the region as towns and beaches are reopening. Talk about the chance to attract this activity by using the Chamber's digital and static billboards. This is actually a really cool tool.
We have established a static billboard, and it's called the BrunscoHasIt.com website, and it can be found by itself or also included in the Chamber of Commerce page that we have. The beauty of this digital billboard and the static billboard that we have is that it's on Highway 17. Last year, the traffic count on Highway 17 for the year was 11 million people traveled that highway, and that's NC DOT, their records right there. So that meant you had 11 million opportunities to be seen by these folks, and the Chamber has utilized that site so much that, for our membership, for our events, for our programs that we offer. And as a member of the Chamber, when folks are driving through the region, they may not know about your Facebook page. They may not know what your company is, but when they see Brunsco Has It, it's about our community. What they're going to do is they can easily just log into that site right there, and including the Facebook page, and they can just go right here to your site, and they can pull it up, and it travels right to the Chamber of Commerce site. So what we try to do as much as we can are create platforms that you can be found in different, for your audience. Like, one audience may not do social media. The next audience may do nothing but social media. They might do print media. They might do radio. So the Chamber of Commerce has used all those different platforms and media outlets in order to draw business to our Brunswick County communities.
So members actually cannot use that billboard. It's really just for the Chamber to direct people to them, correct?
It is, actually. We do that. We do use it in a roundabout platform for members to use, in the fact that if we are partnering with different organizations to put on the Business Expo or putting on the Women of Impact Awards, if there's a partnership that's working with that, then the event goes up there. It keys right into a landing page that's on our website that members that are sponsoring the page, members that are partaking in the page, that they can be found there.
All right, so if folks are interested in seeing how that's going to work, should they just give you a call or email you?
They can do that as well. The beauty of it, like I guess our point for today on the social media and the e-commerce side of it, is try to use as many different cross-media platforms that you can. And I know I've said platform, I don't know how many times, but partnerships, collaborations, social media pages, print media, online, radio, have interviews like we are doing like this, create programs that will give your event, your business value.
All right, perfect. All right, that's great. All right, let's bring in Jessica Gallant now. Another tool is the Chamber's website. If you are a member, you have a page on it. Jessica, let's talk about how folks can make their page even more effective. Take us through some of your tips.
Well, since we got cut off last week, I'm going to kind of give you a run through on how to set up your Chamber landing page. So I think you can see my screen there. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to our brunswickcountychamber.org website and go over to membership, click member login, and you are going to put your username and password. Now, if you don't have a username or password, you can contact Susan or myself at the Chamber, and we'll be glad to give you one. Once you log in, it will look like this. And basically, you're going to go down through these shortcuts and edit all your information. So your company information is what you want to work on. So you can see as you scroll down, you can put your contact information, your address, physical address, and mailing address. the date you're established, full-time employees, and just kind of work down through. Once you get done with that, you can see on the side there's employees, so you can add in all your employees that work there, your website information. This is key because we want to make sure we link to your website, and all your social media. You can add that in here as well. Your website description, your hours of operation, driving directions. All these are extremely important because all this works together working on that landing page that Sue's been talking about. And your keywords, anything that would connect with you. If you're Highway 55, you want to make sure you put in highways HWY and also highway spelled out. That will help people to find you. Another thing, and this is the fun part of it, is to update your logo, your photo, and your video. So you can see, you can put your logo in here. Photos. With your photos, you want to make sure that they are 500 by 500. They want a square photo. And if you don't know how to do that, you can actually go to Pixel. I'm saying this wrong, but Pixlr. There we go. Pixlr.com, and you can edit on Pixlr your photos to make them the correct size. And then your video. Now you have to pull your video from YouTube, so you're going to create a YouTube account and put your video into here, and all that will update onto the main landing page for the chamber. So that was a quick little run through.
All right. Is there a way that people can get in touch with you if they need a little bit more info? How would they reach you?
They could contact me at my email, jgallant, GALLANT, at brunswickcountychamber.org. They could also call us at the chamber, 910-754-6644, as well as they could call Susan as well or email Susan.
All right. Very good. Jessica, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about your company's website. Chris, many companies need to build or either retool their website for this coronavirus economy. What are the key questions a business owner should ask themselves about their website and how effective it is?
Sure, there's a couple things. One, is it mobile friendly? A lot of people are going to businesses when they're already in their car or looking up businesses on their phone. People are using phone more and more. Some industries have over 80 to 90% of their visitors coming from mobile. So I'd say the number one biggest thing is it mobile friendly. Can people easily access it on mobile, and does it look good on mobile? Number two, are you visible online? Can you be found easily? Whether it's through a simple Google search, through social media, and other channels. Are people able to find you? And number three, is the content and information relevant to your clients, consumers, customers? The information you have on your site, if it's just, gone are the days of having a basic, okay, here's our team, here's about us. You need to have visual storytelling. That's what it's all about. So a video content that's really curated to the personas of who you are trying to sell to. So, you have those three things, really the functionality, viability of it on mobile, being able to be accessible and being able to be found online through different channels. And then lastly, does it tell a story? Does it share the information properly other than just being a basic brochure?
Okay. What if someone wants to start selling off their site and they haven't been doing it? Is that a big task to change that?
It can be, or it could be simple. And the answer to that lies in a couple things. If the site's been maintained well, that's one of the two probably top, things you need to look at. The second is, what platform is that site built in? Now, if it's built in something that doesn't offer e-commerce capabilities, then chances are, depending on what you're trying to sell, it could be hard to upgrade to that capability, unless you're just having something that's one product and you could use a PayPal link and just integrate the PayPal purchase now link. But in most cases, if you don't have a platform that handles e-commerce or is scalable to become e-commerce capable, then it could be a larger undertaking. Once you've determined if your platform can handle that ability to have e-commerce, then you can go about adding it. Usually you do want to have a developer unless you are skilled or you create the website originally. There are some platforms like Wix that it actually is very easy to add e-commerce, though the functionalities for e-commerce are fairly scaled back. So you got to remember that too, that usually the easier it is to add that kind of functionality, or the easier it is for a business owner to work with their site, usually the less functionalities that site will have and the less scalable the site is.
All right, let's a little marketing question here, because one of the things I find with a business who wants video content that I create for them is that they forget about the marketing of it and the marketing of their site and their content. What are the best ways to do that?
Well, there's a ton of ways to market your website, and a lot of them can be industry niche specific. For example, if you're an e-commerce business selling to consumers, someone that is buying from home, you're going to be able to run easily Facebook and Instagram ads, especially if it's clothing related, right? That will be huge. Now, if you're a B2B company selling office equipment, you might want to focus more on LinkedIn ads, as well as organic SEO related, becoming viable in Google searches. So it really depends. There's several different things. There's paid search, there's organic search, and paid search really constitutes as different ad campaigns, whether it's through Facebook, Google. Organic is SEO, so typing in a keyword or set of keywords into Google and coming up. And there's so much more. I mean, there's a lot of lead gen tactics. So it really depends on the niche you're in, what industry you're in, and who your end consumer is, what the persona is that you're targeting.
Okay. Now, obviously, you and your companies can build websites. What's the first question a business should ask when going to someone like you?
I think, again, outside of the questions that they should be asking themselves, is they should really less asking us and more telling us what their goals are. The first thing I will do is when I talk to someone is find out what their goals are, because sometimes someone just thinks they need a beautiful website where their goals aren't aligning with what they're actually trying to do. So knowing their goals and coming with their goals is a huge priority. And when I say goals, it could be both short-term and long-term. I always ask customers, okay, what's your near-term goals? What are you trying to accomplish in the next 3 to 6 months? What kind of sales are you currently generating? How much of that are you looking to transition online? And then the same thing for a longer period of time. Because you don't want to just build something for the near term. You want to build it for the long term. You don't want to have someone having to redo their website every 6 months, every year, or even every 2 years, really. You want to find a sustainable and scalable solution for them.
All right, a couple of social media questions. When is it worth just using your Facebook page as your website?
Almost never. You really don't want to just use Facebook, because Facebook as a platform is a way to share content, but that content should be hosted and owned by you. When you have it on Facebook, when all of your content, all of your information is hosted and the main place is Facebook, Facebook owns that content. So you don't really have a choice with what you're doing beyond Facebook. Yes, you could share links to pieces of those content elsewhere, but you're not really the sole owner of that content. So you want to own your content. You want to own your business. Having that on your own site allows you to do so much more as you grow as a business. If you want to link to multiple social channels, you want to run an email blast and include elements from a recent blog post, it's much easier to do that and much more sustainable, and also much smarter to do that when you're doing it from your own site than you are from Facebook or another social platform.
All right. Just talk briefly about some of the other social media networks that you would use.
So, and a lot of this is also based on who your end consumer is again. So if you're a business, you're going to focus more heavily on LinkedIn. Certain businesses might also focus both on LinkedIn and Instagram. Sometimes Facebook is a big player. So there's quite a few networks out there. And just because you're starting a business doesn't mean you should sign up for every single one. You need to know, again, building a persona. When you're starting out as a business or even as established business, you should always be looking every 6 months at your persona. And for example, a persona is, someone you could get down to the nitty gritty. It's a mom of 5 kids who goes to the supermarket 3 times a week and does this, this, and this. Because then you are able to take those actions that person does and hyper target them through different ad campaigns, different marketing activities, and you could get really creative. So building personas, a set of personas, and then marketing specifically to those personas is huge. Not only in just regular websites, regular business, but e-commerce as well, especially in e-commerce, because you could be super targeted, super just really crucial in getting effective ROI on everything you do. Even, for example, if someone puts something in a cart, the way you target one persona versus another in terms of following up and saying, hey, you left this in the cart, want to come back and buy it, could be totally different, and could be totally different effectively on each of those personas. You know, one person you might want to wait 3 days, the other you might want to wait an hour. And it's just good to know who your consumer is.
All right. Emphasize the importance of video on your site.
Going back to the whole fact about storytelling and visual storytelling, people's minds are so focused on so many different things during the day, and being able to catch their attention is becoming harder and harder. They're getting thrown with so many different images, different visual elements. So video is a great way to tell a story and tell a story visually, and also do it in a short period of time. And can also be repurposed through multiple channels, social media, website, wherever it may be, right? So having a video now on your website, whether it's just something in your blog or actually on your homepage, really talking about what you do and why you're different, is imperative.
All right. In fact, you and I just did a video with a company called Vigor Room, a unique corporate wellness platform that keeps costs down and keeps employees healthy. They're now using that as a tool to sell to insurance companies and hospital chains. And all we're doing is showing off their expertise and asking customer questions, or questions that customers would ask of them as well. So something like that's actually pretty simple to do, right? Very simple. It takes very little time on their end. We just set up the questions, we write the script with them, we learn about their business, and then we'll also handle all the post-production. So they really have to be very hands-off. They just need to show up and perform and answer questions about their business, and we're able to turn it around into a package that's a storytelling package. Again, it's all about storytelling. Cool. All right. So what's the best way to folks find out more about this from you? So they can reach out on sellworthy.com, sellworthy with 1L, chat us. They could call me directly, 910-600-6181, or email me, kmc@sellworthy.com. All right. Before we go, now you may actually want to use iPhone video for your site. That's fine to do, but you need to do it the right way. I co-wrote a book called The TV Studio in Your Hand, and I want to give you 3 easy tips when you're shooting on the iPhone. First, shoot this way. Shoot horizontally like this. Don't do it vertically. You want to do it this way. And the reason why is if you do it vertically, it does not edit well. You will do vertically if you're going to be on Facebook Live, but you're not going to necessarily be taking that video and editing it. Second, shoot wide. Make sure to get as much in the frame as possible. And why is that? Well, it's because if you edit the movie in iMovie, which is on your iPhone, you can squeeze in on the video without losing focus. So it's much easier and you won't lose anything. The third tip is don't move. Stay still when you're recording. Too many times people are moving or trying to get something else into the shot. You don't get the shot, and you usually end up giving people that seasickness feeling. It's better to hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, then stop recording. Reset a different shot, hit record, and then hold the new shot for another 5 to 10 seconds. Now, if you don't want to edit the video, there are services available. Chris, you actually have a service as well, right? Yeah, and that's part of video editing that we do. We do post-production. So you could give us the raw footage if you take the raw footage yourself, and we could edit it, add all the information, add screenshots over it, overlays, whatever it may be, is animations. So we could really take that and turn it into a finished product that you could share. All right, super. So Susan, we're almost done here. Do you got any thoughts and ideas?
There's a lot of great ideas out there. Agreeing with what Chris has said and what you've said, know your product, know your services, and know how to utilize those to reach the market that is most valuable for your growth of your organization or your business. All right. Very good. Good stuff. And that is today's e-commerce mastermind from the Brunswick County Chamber. Thank you for joining. Special thanks to Susan Freeman, the executive director. Susan, one more time, how do people reach you? We are located at 112 Pine Street in Charlotte. The best way to reach us now during this time is through our email or telephone. Email sfreeman@brunswickcountychamber.org, Our telephone number, 910-754-6644. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, and that's also how you can get in touch with Jessica Gallant as well. She's the Chamber's membership director, and we thank her for being on the show, and Chris Crockett of Sellworthy, which makes this live stream happen. Chris, so how do people reach you again?
910-600-6181. They could call, text, or email or on the website, kmc@sellworthy.com.
All right. And don't forget, Thursdays at noon, we have another show that'll be Living Brunsco. It's about what is happening in the business community around this whole coronavirus thing. And we will be back here next Tuesday at 10 a.m. for the next e-commerce mastermind, brought to you by the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce. Again, thanks for joining us. I'm John Daly. Stay safe, everybody.